Good morning. Today we are going to continue with our solving linear equations unit and finish up the skills that you need to know and be able to do to be at a 3.0 for this unit. We will cover a couple other things after this so you can see them and you're comfortable with them before you move on to other classes. But those are not required for you to show mastery. So we are going to talk about 2.5, which is I can manipulate a formula or equation, which is a literal equation, and we'll kind of talk about that a little bit. So steps to manipulate a literal equation or literal equations is to locate the variable you are asked to find in the equation and then use inverse operations to isolate that variable. Here's what you need to know. A literal equation could be a formula or a linear equation or an equation that has a bunch of extra variables in it. That you need to, or that you can use or rearrange to solve for other variables, okay? So in example 1, we have a regular equation, 10 equals 5x. If I needed to solve for x here, because these are right next to each other, I would cancel by dividing. So I would divide by 5 on both sides to get 2 equals x. The right side is very similar. I have c equals pi times d. Now, pi tends to throw students off because they think it's a variable, but it's really not. It's 3.14. It's a number. So if these are being multiplied and I want to get d alone, I need to cancel pi. So ask yourself, how do I cancel that pi? Well, if they're right next to each other, that means they're being multiplied. So the inverse would be to divide by pi. So those cancel, and I'm left with c divided by pi equals diameter. Okay, next one, I apologize, my table wasn't working out here and there was a glitch. But, regular equation, I have a fraction here. In my classes, a lot of times I've talked about boxes. So if you think of like having a box inside of a box that you need to unwrap, we got to start on the outside and work our way in. Okay, so 5 is in my biggest box and I'm dividing by 5 there. So to solve this, I need to multiply by 5 on both sides. Okay, so 5 and 5 cancel on the right side. 5 times 4 is 20 on the left side. Okay, from there you just have a two-step equation. So I need to subtract 4 from both sides to get 16 equals negative 8x, and then divide by negative 8 on both sides to get negative 2 equals x. Okay, similar process here. I'm trying to get this e alone, so I need to work my way into the smaller boxes. Okay, so my biggest box has that m in there. I need to get rid of that m first. So since I'm dividing by m, I'm going to go ahead and multiply to cancel it. So times m. So those cancel. So on the left side, I have m times s, or s times m, either way, equals w minus 10e. Now if I'm trying to get this e alone, I can't do anything with that 10 yet. I need to cancel the w. The w is positive, so I'm going to go ahead and subtract w from both sides. Okay, and then my last step is to get the e alone. We do have a negative 10 there right next to the e, so remember if they're right next to each other, to cancel it I have to divide by negative 10 on both sides. So I get ms minus w divided by negative 10 equals e, and you are finished. Okay, I will be really honest with you. You'll see these every once in a while. I really want you to focus on the next ones when we have literal linear equations, because this will help you in the next semester, or the unit 4. So, regular equation, draw my line. I'm going to cancel my 10 first by subtracting it. So I get negative 30 there. And then I need to divide by 5 on both sides to get the x alone. So I get x equals negative 6. Okay, for the next one, I'm solving for y. Okay, so I can't do anything with that term. I need to cancel this term first. Since it's positive, I'm going to subtract 3x from both sides. The most common mistake that I see here is that students try to combine those together. And I can't because one has an x and the other one does not. So I'm just going to rewrite this. And my goal is technically to get this in slope-intercept form, so think of y equals mx plus b. So that's why I put the x first. If you put it second, it's not a big deal. And then to get the y by itself, you need to divide by 5 on both sides. Now there are a couple ways you can write this. If you left it like this, I would not mark it wrong. However, this won't help you when we go to graphing. So what I like to do is divide each part. So negative 3 divided by 5, I can't simplify, so that stays a fraction. And negative 15 divided by 5 is 3, negative 3. So there is my equation there. Okay. This is one that takes practice. There are 4 on your page that you can continue to use for practice. And then I will make sure you have more to do to really help you understand these. If you have any questions, make sure you hit pause, rewind, raise your hand, let us know. We cannot read your mind. Have a great day.